Peace. Yo, this is Brother Hatim. I'm coming live to you on the journey. It's a Freestyle Friday. Of course, you know, where it go, I'm joined by Brother Mansour, right? Mansour. I'm joined by Brother Mansour, a talented artist. And, we're going to kick it a little bit. And, of course, before I start, I want to go and first shout out loves to those people and those things that I love, and they support what I've been doing in some material ways, and others just spiritual and mental motivation. I want to send out shouts to Oxy Water. They'll be coming back soon. You heard it here first. Unidade Capoeira, under the leadership of Monitor Dentista. Classes will be starting next Friday over at the Millennium Community School. So, if you're interested, drop me a line, and I'll connect you with the people that you need to talk to. I want to send out shots to Orange 82, the electronic music label that provide me with the music that I usually open my show up with, but because I don't have the proper mic, I got to use my phone. So I'm sitting up at the hookah shop, Shisha Lounge, sending shouts out to them because they let me come up here and look like I'm talking to myself and shit, and nobody bothered me. So it's cool. They keep me up, coffeeed up, and get my caffeine up, and allow me to smoke and talk at the same time. So, I'm here, and we're gonna kick it. Also, I want you to check out the Magic Hour on my Spreaker station. Now, for all of my materials, Brother Hatim, you go www.gyamijourney.com. That's GYENYAME journey.com. And on the top dashboard, what you see is all of my shows that are there. You got Folk Tales for Grown Folks. I got my show On Mile 3, which is on iHeartRadio. Give Yourself Permission, which is a new show that I started. You know what I'm saying? And you keep up with all of them. Of course, keep up with the Magic Hour because we're throwing out the hip hop, and this is our way of snatching back hip hop. And I talk about that all the time because hip hop for me is a culture, and because of hip hop I am able to do what I do in the way that I do it. So I want to make sure that I support hip hop in the way that I can, in the way that I know how. So we provide a venue where you artists out there that may not be getting your stuff played, and you go and spend this money in this studio and put in all this hard work in this creation of this music that you think is easy, that other people look at you and is amazed at what comes out your mouth and the beats that you drop. Hit us up at Giami Journey so that I could get you on the show. Also, you can check out my books. I got Players Pyramid. I got Giami Journey Handbook. I have the Warriors Handbook. The Giami Method, Warrior and Spirit Handbook, Giami Method. Also have Poetry is My Religion, and of course, the Lost Art of Storytelling, because I believe that we shape our lives by the stories we tell ourselves. So I'm going to challenge you in all my shows to constantly look at the stories that you are telling yourself about your life. Look at the stories that you are telling yourself about the things around you. Look at the stories, because when you start changing the story, you start changing your life. Take charge. You are the author of your story. And if you don't start taking charge, you are going to end up being a character, a minor character in somebody else's plot and story. And you don't want that, because you see the movies and you see what happened to the minor characters. They usually ones that catch the bullet. They usually the one that lose the girl or the guy. They usually the one that end up broke, while the star of the book is the one that ends up as the hero or heroine. Not heroin like a drug, but the female hero. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? So write your story. You know what I'm saying? Share your story. Tell your story. All right. Now, the next thing I want to move to is I'm kind of perplexed by the story that we have been told about America, the bastion, or should I say bastard of democracy. You know what I'm saying? I'm an American. I love and I enjoy the freedoms, but I like being honest. And it seems to me that we have moved from being a nation of people to we're moving fast towards being an empire. And I'm not one of those that's going to just bash Obama, because Obama is just a puppet like everybody else that's in this game. It's a game. And once you start understanding the rules, it gives you some power to decide on what direction you want to move in. And I want us to look at the story that we're being told about America and see if that story lines up with the reality. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Are we really promoting democracy when we put up puppet dictators? Are we really supporting democracy when we flood the world with this fiat currency? Are we really doing the things and helping people when we're going into countries and we're trying to take advantage of these countries that are not as powerful as us? We talk to our kids about not being bullies, but when you look at the biggest bully on the block, that's the world. Look at who's number one. We don't like you, we drop a bomb on your ass. I mean, that's the solution. We go to war. We send our kids to war. And a lot of us are being trained for that shit. And that's global. That's a global empire. That's building of a global empire. And we think that we are up under the leadership of a president, but I'm one to think that there's somebody behind the curtain pulling the string. I'm not big on conspiracies, but I'm not foolish enough not to think that people with vested interest all over the world are not coming together and meeting on a regular basis. And this brings me back to the community. Black folk, white folk. Yeah, I mean, that's my sister calling. I mean, I don't see why people don't just check my Facebook status and see what the fuck I'm doing. I'm doing a show. I mean, I love my people. My God. You want to get on the radio, I can dig it. But, you know, and Spreaker, this is something else that's pissing me off. This is something else that's pissing me off. How is it that you got all this technology, but you ain't got shit on this radio station that block incoming calls when somebody is doing a live show? Now I'm about to get another call because obviously somebody want to talk to me real bad, but I'm gonna keep on pressing on. I'm gonna press on because this show is live and I like to keep it like that. Mansoor, man, I'm gonna get it together. What's your sign? Let me call you your sign. I remember signs better. What's your sign? Sagittarius. You're a Sagittarius? Right. I gotta remember that. One of my favorite sisters is Sagittarius, man. All right, what you think about this global empire? Is it an empire? Is it a nation? It's an empire. It's an empire?
Definitely. It's a business.
It's a business.
Hell yeah. And it's a business that's been made into an empire. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a business that's been made into an empire. You know, the whole history of America is building an empire. You look at all the moves that made America what it is today. You know, the taking of the gold mine money. You know what I'm saying? Back in 33. You know, the inflation. You know, all those things are built. I mean, all those things are built. You know, to capitalize off the people here. You know what I'm saying? So that they can capitalize off of people abroad. You know what I'm saying? So. Definitely, nothing more than it's New Jack City, man. You know what I'm saying? Politics is New Jack City. You know, straight up and down. I don't believe in fairy tales for kids, children. You know what I'm saying? And the story that we've been told about America is one big fairy tale. You know, Washington Washington, the presidency is Santa Claus for adults. Man. You know what I'm saying? I get frustrated. I got a couple cats at work, you know, they're Republicans. You know, a couple cats Democrats, you know. And when people talk about this stuff as the story that's been told, I'm very frustrated because there's a lot of things. Like most people don't think about Well, no, they're on the side of the bullying of these third world places, taking their resources. When I listen to people talk, they're on the side of that. You know, they want to go to war. You know, they want. I work with a cat that's in the National Guard. He wants to get deployed. You know, he wants to go to Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying? And on one side of it, you know, he wants to make his money. I understand that. But, you know, I always say, you know, what about you want to go die for someone else's cause? When their cause ain't a righteous cause. You know, the story's been told you that it's a righteous cause, but it's a money cause. It's get down and lay down.
And I agree. It definitely is a money cause, but this is what's crazy. I'm reading or I'm listening to all 5 volumes of The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith, and some things are being made apparent to me, because when you have lopsided trade, you not only destroy the economy of your country, you destroy the economy of the world. And in a sense, America we want our cake and we want to eat it too. And we know that we can't do that. There's no way that we could continuously maintain all this, because this is my question. Hustlers, y'all, and I want y'all to think about this. All you out there that's hustlers, I want you to think about this. You hear them talk about the economy here, and the major thing that they constantly talk about is growth. Give me one thing that you can name in your life that consistently grows forever. Even the oldest tree you know, they stop growing at a certain point in time and start learning to stabilize and manage itself. We done got so far from nature that we think that we are above and beyond nature, when nature shows us that anything that continuously grows collapses on itself. You know what I'm saying? It implodes. It starts destroying itself. So we got to find a way to stabilize what we have and work it. And the only way we're going to do that is nation building. We got a nation. Now we want to move out and we want to take over everybody else's shit. We want to control Saudi Arabia's oil when we got just as much oil here in America. A lot of people don't know that shit. You know what I'm saying? We want to continue burning these fossil fuels and talk about the security of America when we have the technology to begin to at least put a dent in our consumption by using renewable fuels. It's more than enough. It's more than enough for this planet to exist. I was looking at a map the other day, and I'm gonna post it. I gotta find it again. Where they show that if you take all 7 billion people, they could all live in Texas comfortably. All live in Texas. One corner of the planet. We being told that we running out of space, we running out of resources. The earth is a self-recreating dynamo. It's a living entity that grows and dies and grows and dies and is reproducing all the time. And we got billions and billions of kilowatts of energy hitting our planet from the sun. And we are not smart enough to realize that we could stop burning all this shit and killing the very thing that we live on and start finding other ways to fuel our existence. Global empire. We're going around, we beating up on everybody that we don't like, we taking shit that don't belong to us, and we call ourselves righteous. We call ourselves the standard bearer of this thing called democracy, when in fact we're chasing away more people from the very ideals that we say we living by, because they see the contradiction. How the fuck you gonna come into my country, help install a dictator, somebody we didn't want, or somebody who don't have our vested interests at heart, and expect the rest of the world to want to follow you? How you gonna blow up a house and possibly kill some children and turn 5 other motherfuckers against you for every one that you get to want to work with you? That don't make no damn sense. It don't make sense in the streets, and it don't make sense on a global scale. You can't get. Matter of fact, I told this folk tale before, but it's a folk tale from Aesop Fables about a man and a snake. The snake came out and bit the man's son and killed the man's son. The man waited for the snake to come out, and the snake eventually came out, and the man grabbed the snake by the tail and cut off the damn snake's tail. And the man looked at the snake, looked down the hole, and said, "Come on out, snake. You know we even." And the snake said, "We could never be friends because we have harmed each other. So whenever one of us get an opportunity, we're going to try to take out the other." And that's basically the type of relationships we breeding around the world. We got these snakes or these people, whether we want to be the snakes or whether they the people, and we both done each other harm, and we expecting something positive to come out of it. You got something you want to say, big bro? It don't have to be on this subject, you know. Like I said, it's freestyle. You a rapper, you know what to do.
Right. Nah, that's on point. That's exactly what it is. That's what our relationship is. And I think the worst part about it is that, you know, the average person doesn't have that understanding of the relationship, you know, because of the story that's being told. You know, the average person is blocked off from all that reality. We're so clung to our freedoms, you know, so much that, you know, the hell if the next man has freedom as well. You know, we got such a selfish. We are what our country is. You know what I'm saying? It's good for them as it's good for us, culturally. You know, so that frustrates me is the inhumanity. All the inhumanity that we home because you know America's the parent, we the child, you know what I'm saying? And to the child, the parent can do no wrong, you know what I'm saying? And we take on their personality when it comes to foreign relations, you know what I'm saying? When man, you know, it don't even take. You look at the last 40 years of our foreign relations, the last 40 years, you know, and it's easy to see that we're not doing good. You know what I'm saying? That this country, like you said, is a big contradiction of itself. It's sad, man. But, you know, that's what empires do. You know, they're partners. You know what I'm saying? They're money mongers. You know what I'm saying? Today it's all about that, you know. And, you know, my thing, you know, I found out I was like 18, 19, and it turned me out. You know what I'm saying? And it turned me against, this country. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't value one life over another. You know what I'm saying? My freedom doesn't matter that much. It's where, you know, like in 2009 when they bombed Pakistan, looking for about 5 to 10 Al-Qaeda members, and had 99 civilian casualties. You know what I'm saying? You know that type of stuff right there. You know, I don't put my freedom above the next man's. You know what I'm saying? So that my biggest frustration with the empire is that the people support the empire. You know what I'm saying? We ride around on Goodyear tires all day. We ride around on rubber all day, but we ain't thinking about the damage that does to the Congo. You know what I'm saying? We talk on these cell phones all day, but we ain't thinking about the coltan that comes straight from the Congo. You know what I'm saying? That's in every single cell phone, and why it's in every single cell phone, why the Congo ain't rich. You know what I'm saying? You know, diamond mines and all that. You know what I'm saying? Zell, Julius, J.D. Robinson commercials every day. You know what I'm saying? Every kiss begins with K. You know what I'm saying? Every kiss begins with kill. You know what I'm saying? And, definitely an empire. You know, and it's only getting worse. You know what I'm saying? But the psyche of the people. You know what I'm saying? Is probably the biggest casualty to the empire. You know what I'm saying? You know, if Hitler didn't have a nation of millions back in every single word he had to give. You know what I'm saying? You never had a Holocaust. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're what they call that? We are just as much responsible.
We are responsible.
We're just as much as responsible. We fund it.
Those who are on the righteous side of history are those who take action, even in the face of great harm and great fear. Now, I'm going to change the subject real quick because I'm with my new schedule. Those of you that's been following my shows know I got a new schedule. I'm shutting down and my mind is moving slow, and but I wanted to get to this median income. The median income for the lawmakers, people in Congress, is $1,008,767. The median income. I want you to understand that over 50% of the lawmakers that are sitting in Congress, that are sitting in the Senate, are millionaires. And they're debating your welfare. They're debating your health care. They're debating your lifestyle. You got motherfuckers who don't and have not experienced poverty in the way that people are experiencing poverty today, determining the policies that shape how this country deals with poverty. It makes no sense. One of the things I love about hip-hop, and you always try to connect things to hip-hop. Hip-hop is a culture that cannot be studied from the outside. Most cultures can't be studied from the outside. You got to do it. It's something you got to do. You can't be on the outside looking in and think you're going to get a proper analysis of hip-hop. And the same thing is with poverty. I'm not saying that you need to necessarily be poor to understand poverty, but it helps. Shit. You know what I'm saying? It helps. It would help a whole lot if some of these congressmen and some of these senators actually had to live as some of these people do. And as a matter of fact, as American people, we need to demand that. We need to demand that they experience the shit that they talking about, rather than just attacking the poor people, which they never mentioned. They never really mentioned it. The only reason we're talking about it right now on a national level is because of it's the 50th year of the war on poverty, which I'm looking at it, we getting our ass whooped, and I broke down to you how a motherfucker back in the 70s could be making $15,000, and how that $15,000, if you looked at the current currency today, is worth $47,000. What kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? I talked to you about the illusion of the money, because we out here fighting for money, when the actual fact of the matter is that it's the commodities that supposedly back the money, which we should, if we wanted to fight, that's what we need to be fighting over. We need to be fighting over being able to add value to things. That's why I'm supporting these artists, because they add value to the tracks that they get. And the producers add value to the beats that they use, because they mix them up and they add value. We got to make sure we start teaching our kids and teaching ourselves how to add value. And fuck fighting over money. Fight over being able to produce something. We are consumers and not producers. And if we want to be free, we got to learn to be consumers. And the major way we got to do that is to really start re-educating ourselves. It ain't just about educating the kids no more. It's not just about educating them. We got to be bold enough to educate ourselves. I'm experimenting right now with this math called Vedic math. If you check my timeline, I put up a sign that said try Vedic math. And the reason I want to start learning Vedic math is so that I can teach my sons and some of his peers, because, how can I put it? Math teaches you how to think. Now I want you to think about this. Math teaches you how to think. And if a majority of our kids is looking at math and saying it's too hard, what are they saying about thinking? It teaches you a logical process in how to work it. But you need to have some secrets, and you need to understand the numbers that you are working with, and we're not giving our children that. And then we want them to be able to think critically about certain subjects, but thinking is hard because they have not developed the logical process to do that. So they rather take shortcuts, just like many of us adults. We want to take shortcuts. We don't necessarily want to do the hard thinking. We don't want to do the hard work. We don't want to fail our way to success. We want it just to come. We want somebody to walk in the room and be like, you're the one I've been looking for. That shit ain't gonna happen. We gotta make it happen. I just want to inspire people to think. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't have to agree with me on nothing that I say ever. I just want you to think about it. I don't want you to come at me with just some fucking belief. I want you to come at me with something that you have sat down and done some deep thinking on. I want you to think. That's the only way we're going to be free. It ain't going to be by a gun. It ain't going to be by a bullet. It ain't going to be by a bomb. It's going to be by a motherfucker that's sitting down and taking the time to think. So now, I'm gonna let my man come on. I'm gonna let the Sagittarius come on. Cause I keep messing up his name. You know, come on, and we gonna bring this home. You got any final words for him, God?
Yes. I want to touch on underemployment this time. Underemployment in this country is probably a bigger problem than unemployment. Because I've been unemployed for 5 years, and then I got a job. Not too much room to grow, I made $30,000 last year. It was a struggle. Still is a struggle. And millions and millions of people out here. Millions and millions of people out here that got jobs and still can't make it easy. Hitting and punching that clock every single day. Your means to provide your end. We really start a conversation. We really up the effort on understanding, overstanding, underemployment. Having a job is not the next battle. Prices is going up on everyday commodities. Every single day. Milk, cheese, everything.
Now, I did a show a little while ago, and I'm gonna share this with I'm gonna share it with y'all. And I erased the show because the sound quality was horrible. Worse than the sound quality is now. But I'm gonna share this with Sorry. Sorry. Mansoor. It ain't alright. I'm gonna get that shit together, man. I'm tired of shit. I'm tired. I'm gotta get up and do my show in the morning, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna shut it down, but I need to share this with y'all. Those of you that know that I have a strong tobacco addiction. I admit I'm addicted to it, and I'm working on. I like smoke. I don't give a fuck. But I'm gonna, I'm taking care of my body, and eventually cigarettes is gonna have to go because they fucking with my turn, because I'm gonna hit one of these marathons. Well, anyway, those of you know, or maybe you don't know, that I have always loved silver. From high school all the way up to now, I have always loved silver. And I started doing some research, and I stopped buying stocks and shit like that, and I started buying silver. So one day I went to the silver dealer to go buy me some silver dollars. Now I walk up to the place, you got this brother with dreads and shit. I walk up to the door. He don't remember me because I bought some silver dollars off of him some years ago. I walk up to the door, and now because the motherfuckers is robbing people, they got everything locked up. So I walk up to the counter, and I say, I want to buy some silver. And the woman like, what type of silver? What you want? What type of silver you want? Because they tested me. So I say, well, I want some silver egos. You got some ounce bars. I want some bullion. I want some dimes and some quarters. I said, yeah. Dude looked at me. He heard what I said. I said, yeah. He said, yeah. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So I pulled my silver dollar, my lucky silver dollar out of my pocket. I said, how much would you give me for this? He looked at the silver dollar. Now, this was legal currency in America for years. The silver is a silver eagle. I pulled it out of my pocket. I showed it to him. He looked at it. He said, I'll give you about $16, $17 million for that. I said, I just wanted to see how much it was worth. So he said, come on in. You know what you're talking about. So I come in, And he started letting me see all the silver. I said, hey, man, I really want some mercury dimes. Because mercury dimes, for those that don't know, were dimes that are 90% silver. So he said, well, okay, I got some mercury dimes. How much you want? Tell him how much I want. He said, I can give them to you for about $1.68 because of the price of silver right now. I give them to you about $1.68 a piece. This is a dime, 10 pennies. So I started doing some math. So I bought some dimes for $1.68 a piece. That's 90% silver. Take them and I hide them. Well, anyway, I start thinking. So I lay there and I go buy a pack of cigarettes. So I go back and I look on the computer and I do my research. And I find out that when I was born, right before we totally came off of the gold standard, we was partially off the gold standard then. But right when I was born in 1968, yep, I'm old as hell. In 1968, a pack of cigarettes cost 35 cents. Because I'm talking about this because you said the price of the commodities is going up. And the thought hit me. The price of the commodities never went up. What if I told you the price of gas, the price of cigarettes, and everything is still the same as it was almost 45 years ago? People look at you like you crazy. Gas is $4 a gallon. What is you talking about? I'm like, all right, cool. So I stopped and I did the math. So when I was born, a pack of cigarettes cost 35 cents. And they were still using some silver currency. A gallon of gas cost about 35 cents. Minimum wage was about $1.68. Now I'm buying coins that are minute when I was born and prior to me being born with silver in them. Now the currency for the dime is $1.68. So now I want you to use your math skills. I go buy a pack of cigarettes for about $5.88 because I smoke good cigarettes. Yes, I do. Some good ass cigarettes. I ain't gonna give no commercial right now. Well, anyway, but check this out. About $5.88, $6.40 with taxes. If you take that if you take them dimes that I bought for $1.68 a piece, how many dimes would I have to spend? Old dimes, mercury dimes, how many dimes would I have to spend in order to come up with the price of the cigarettes that I bought? About 5 cents. About 3. Actually, I would have to spend 35 cents old money to buy the pack of cigarettes that I'm carrying with me today. Which means that cigarettes, the price of cigarettes has never went up. The price of gas has actually went down. But because we moved to this fiat currency, we printed more money, but the price of the commodity stayed the same. And because they had to keep it at the market price, they had to raise or would give us the illusion that the price of shit was going up. So we never really was in what they call inflation. What we was in was a bait and switch. They took the real currency, gave us this fake ass money, and now they say a pack of cigarettes no longer costs 35 cents. It costs $5.80. So my question is this: did the price of the commodity go up, or did the value of the money fall? The value of the money fell. So now take more of this shit that they're printing now to buy the basic necessities. So I'm saying all that to say this. Look at the stories that you're being told. You're being lied to. You're being deceived. We're being fooled. There was a big wealth. It was a big exchange of wealth. And because we didn't know what the fuck was going on, we got robbed. Whether we white, black, red, yellow, we all got robbed because we allowed them to take the real currency out and give us this money that's based on belief. Now, that's a powerful thing. But now, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to leave it alone. And this is Brother Hatim. Now, he didn't finish what he was saying, so I'm going to give the mic back to my co-host for the night and let him go and finish with y'all. And then we're going to kill the show. And y'all have a great evening. I'd like to thank everybody for listening in advance because we're going to go off fast because I'm shutting down And I love y'all for listening to me and taking the time. And I pray that your day or your evening or your morning is as beautiful as you are. And remember, 2014 is our year. 2014 is our year. This is why I'm broadcasting on a regular basis. This is why I'm broadcasting every day, because those of you that's on the journey with me, we are taking over in 2014. So get ready to do some work. Because if we don't do it now, we may never be able to do it again. Stop looking for a job and start creating value. Stop looking for a job and start creating a job. The best way not to lose a job is to create a job. Embrace what you love to do. Do that shit full-heartedly. Yeah, you're going to have to work on the side to support it, but do it full-heartedly, knowing that success is coming to you. Because when you do what you love, you attract what you need.
Now I can piggyback on that again. Produce. You know, get these corporations out of your pocket. You know, there's a lot of people with houses, a lot of people with yards that don't got no gardens. Get all these out of your pocket. Get more out of your pocket. One day they might not even be there for you. You know, we gotta teach these babies. We gotta teach these babies to produce. So they don't end up in all these pockets. They don't end up in Walmart's pockets. You know, back in the 60s and 70s, my grandmother, she had 8 children. She grew can them up in the winter time. You know, there's no reason. You know, a lot of us should be going out here hungry. We got, you know, what the Most High gave us. You know what I'm saying? We got the earth. You know, produce, teach your babies to produce. You know, to create. You know, bring forth. You know, call it on. You know, from inside out. You know what I'm saying? Powerful beings. You know, we lost our way, and it's time to get it back for 2014. You know what I'm saying? We got to come together. We got to organize these things, community gardens, community think tanks. You know what I'm saying? We got to be out here strong. We got to wise up. You know, the powers that be more powerful. You know, and we getting weaker as the days go. So keep your heads up. You know what I'm saying? And, like I said, you know, do what you do to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Use all your energy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always easy, you know, to go the other route. You know what I'm saying? But many people made it, and you can't make it. That's all I got to say. What's up? Peace. Shout out to the AAPRP, Columbus chapter, Midwest chapter, the Akron chapter, you know, all African People's Revolutionary Party putting it down. Shout out to Wise Nice. Shout out to G Finesse and the NS and big things out here, a couple artists out here, you know, and everybody.